Hello and welcome to another episode of Barrel Banter, the show where we gather around after a long day's work, have a sip or two of whiskey, and talk about what's on our mind. My name is Chris.
I'm Craig.
I'm Kyle.
Kyle is actually a member of our team that just recently came back to join us, and coincidentally John couldn't join us tonight, so we have a stand-in. So happy to have you with us.
And this is Caleb.
Oh yeah, I'm Caleb. Yeah, by the way, that's me. But today we got a bottle of Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Yes, please.
Yep, and I think we've all pretty much had this before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I have never had Woodford Reserve.
No.
Interesting.
It's been something that I see on the shelf every day,
Yeah.
but I've just never had the opportunity to try it myself.
Well, it's actually the official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. Yeah.
That's cool.
And
That's cool.
they've been around for a while, since 1996 or so. And back in 2000, they were officially a National Historic Site, at least at the distillery.
Really?
Yes. And interesting fact about the distillery actually is it's built on the oldest distillery site in Kentucky. So back in 1812 is when it was first built and when they first started creating the elixir of the gods. So
Interesting.
very interesting stuff, and it smells great.
Yeah. Lots of honey. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I got that.
Yeah, it smells really sweet.
So Kyle used to work here as a web developer, coder, also kind of a resident chef. So
Yeah.
Recently
I did
graduated.
leave to go finish my degree in culinary school, so I'm technically a chef now.
yay.
Yay.
Congratulations, I'm sure to that.
Yeah.
I expect breakfast tomorrow.
All right. So what do we, other than the honey, what else are you guys getting on the nose there?
Definitely some vanilla in there.
Yeah, some.
Got that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Any little spices like nutmeg, maybe?
Yeah.
Oops. Got a little piece of E08 in there, but I'll live somehow.
Yeah.
This smells delicious.
Yeah. And I just had a sip of it neat. Yeah, it's still as good as I remember.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
incredibly smooth.
A little bit
for
of
me.
water, it's
Yeah.
really opening
It's
up.
a 90 proof, and it's still very, very, very smooth.
Yeah.
That is very smooth. I can taste just as much honey as I'm smelling.
Right.
What
I'm
else?
getting a lot of sweetness
Yeah.
now as it's just settling down.
Of course, our traditional UPS
Delivery.
truck.
We're just gonna invite them in one day.
One day, yeah.
Does that happen every single time?
Almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what do you think, Craig?
I'm liking it. It's got a very toasty kind of,
Yeah.
more than most bourbons.
And it's got a sweetness that lingers.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. With other bourbons, the sweetness will fall off, and then it'll be kind of a smokiness on the back end. This
Yeah.
is like no smokiness at all. It's just straight sweetness all the way. But it's not like bitter.
Right, yeah. There's a little bit of like oak there too, but
Yeah, I get a little bit of oak tannin,
Yeah.
and I don't know how much rye they use, but it kind of has that rye flavor.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's good. So, topic of discussion for today, besides this delicious Woodford Reserve, is those crazy trendy recipe videos that everyone has shared with their friends and family on Facebook,
yep.
and how they've just taken the world by storm, and why have they just grown legs and dominated social platforms seemingly in the past year,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
It's been pretty recent.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just having everything there makes it so easy. Makes it non-intimidating to whoever's watching it and makes them feel like they could do it at home, which is, I guess, the whole point.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I think the way they shoot them and
Yeah.
such, it makes it look
super
probably easier than it really is.
I can attest to that.
easy. And time-wise too, because I mean each video is only a couple, like at most a couple minutes long.
Right.
Yeah,
So then
they're
if
cutting
you're-
a lot out.
Yeah,
they're doing
you're
time
seeing it-
compression. and-
Exactly. But even so, like it kind of gives you the psychological effect, like, oh wow, this whole recipe took 2 minutes for them to show me how to do it.
In
versus-
reality, it's
yeah.
like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Regular cooking time, but
And it's really it's no surprise because if you've kind of followed the trend of consistent videos online, they're continuing to get shorter. And one thing that's prevalent in a lot of videos now, specifically vlogging and kind of documentary, is jump cuts. So cutting out all the fat, cutting out the dead space, so it's really just kind of the meat and potatoes of the content. And I think that these recipe videos take that and they just execute
They
on
take
it
it to the extreme.
so well.
well, especially how they're shared on social media. You're always scrolling through, and you only get that amount of time,
Right.
that amount of
Yeah.
attention span of anybody. Yeah, I'm guilty of it.
Right.
I'm just searching, and then all I see is the preview picture, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna spend an hour.
I'll
a
give
minute,
it 10 seconds.
A minute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
minute,
10
you're
seconds.
generous.
And some of them start with the finished product, so it
Right.
kind of entices you and pulls
Yeah.
you into it.
Right.
Like a big gooey grilled cheese with the
Which is
that's-
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of tease it.
Start with the money shot and
Yep.
work your way backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing is it's just the topic is just so expansive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to boil it down in the most rudimentary phrase, everyone eats. You know,
Yeah, this
and
is true.
everyone's looking for that delicious menu item or that fun take on a
Classic,
recipe that's
yeah.
been like a classic recipe.
Right.
I mean, s'mores is done 10 different ways.
Yeah,
Right.
Probably more. So
Another very popular attribute of these videos are the camera angles. Right? When you think of these recipe videos, what do you think of?
Yeah, they're typically straight down.
Top
Yeah.
down, right? And it's super easy to execute.
Yeah.
We won't give you our secrets,
Yeah.
but it's pretty easy.
And there's kind of a psychological aspect too. It puts you in that top down as if you were in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Thing.
POV style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
As if you were cooking it.
Well, I think it's time we start doing some,
Sounds
maybe
good to
for
me.
cocktails.
Yeah. Ah,
Great idea.
I like that idea.
some cocktail recipes.
Recipes. Some homemade ingredients.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Well, on that note, what do you guys think? Now that we've
I'm
sat
still
with it.
drinking this neat.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah.
It was good and neat. A little water opened it up.
Yeah.
I just like drinking. No, it's actually really smooth. I really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Let it
is
go.
This is pretty darn
this could be
smooth.
like a nightly sipper.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, as we have done in the past episodes, we're going to rate this out of 5 barrels. Caleb, what do you think? You set the bar pretty high with the
I
last
did.
episode.
I did with the Canadian, and I mean that was really easy drinking also.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to check my standards a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, let's just throw out that last one as an outlier.
Yeah.
I'll give this a solid 4. I think it's easy drinking. It's it's a straight bourbon. I mean, there's like zero burn. Like you can literally sip this neat all night long. And
Well-
it's tasty.
Oh, well, that's undeniable. I'm going to actually take a note from our last episode. I think that this lacks a lot of complexity. And because of that, I'm going to go 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I've had because I'm
That's
just
harsh.
it's good, but I'm thinking of the other whiskeys that we've had in previous episodes and how superior they are. This is not a bad whiskey by any
No.
means.
No, it's
It's true.
very good whiskey.
It's such a like the IW Harper. I'm looking at the wall of bottles that we've
The
since
wall of shame.
Our whiskey,
dispensed.
our whiskey graveyard.
Oh, the Four Roses and the Eagle Rare were just like the
Yeah.
Yeah, Four Roses had a lot of stuff
Had a
happening
lot.
with it.
So
Yeah, it is. It's a little simpler. I think I'd go with a solid 3, maybe a 3.5. It is a little bit simpler. It's still got good flavor to it. It's, unlike last week's, the Canadian, which was very drinkable, but not
Right.
a lot going on. This has definitely got more going on. It's, good solid bourbon.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3.5. It's not the best I've had, but like I said, it's easy to drink. It's really good, and I wouldn't be afraid to share it with my friends or anything. So.
No, oh no.
I think I
Hell,
just
my
like
friend,
bourbon
my
too
friends
much.
get beamed.
Just whiskey. I just
Beamed.
can't.
They're good
Around
friends. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, and we will catch you next time.
Cheers.
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 it.